Well, good evening, y'all. Welcome back to Apron Strings. It's been several days, and there's reasons for that. I know I had said I'd be right back, but sometimes things take over that you don't have any choice in. And I told y'all about that rash I had had. Well, let me just tell you, it got on my face, and I looked pitiful. And I didn't want to get on here with red junk all over my face. So it's better. It's still a little bit on each side right here, but I'm better. So I have another appointment with a dermatologist the 1st of February. Man, I've been to the regular doctor 3 times, the dermatologist once, and they still hadn't cured me. I went to the great physician Jesus, and I've asked him to help me, and I'm giving him credit for it getting better because everything they've done didn't help. Some of y'all have emailed me, what's the weather like? Is it affecting me? It affected me because I had to get up every 2 hours and run the water because I didn't want to leave stuff dripping and make my water well run all night. It got down to 19 for 2 nights and not above 30 in the daytime, and that is terribly unusual for us. I'm sick of it. I'm ready for a heat wave. And then I talked to Anna in Kentucky, and she said they would love to have 30 degrees. It was below 0 there. I can't imagine it. It's warming up, but a man that I follow on Facebook, Alan Laney, has predicted weather for the energy sector for 20 years, and I've been following him 2 years, and he's never missed it. He's thinking we're going to have another round in February. I hope he misses it this time. He gives us a heads up, and then he watches all of the charts, and he comes back and says it's not going to be or it is going to be. So I hope it is not. But we've got some sleet or frozen precipitation around the bottom of the tree where the dirt comes up like a little, and that hasn't thawed yet. But my ground was not covered white like it was a couple of years ago, but I have totally hunkered down at home, and I won't be going anywhere till I'm sure there's no ice on the bridges and all. So anyway, that's the weather update. Now, I had intended to make these cookies before Christmas, and I just didn't get around to it. I lost my round to it. I'm going to have to find it because there's a lot of stuff I didn't get around to. But I love peanut butter cookies, and I've got a recipe, and I've made a video on it that I've used for years. But this is a new one to me. It has Rice Krispies in it. And I thought how cool that would be to have a peanut butter cookie that had the little crunchy Rice Krispie bits in it. Now, you can put chocolate chips if you want to. I'm not going to. Just going to do peanut butter cookies, and then you add the Rice Krispies before you bake them. I've got my oven heated to 350, and I've got stuff over here at the mixer ready to go. So I'm going to move the camera over there and let y'all watch me make cookies today. Okay, the recipe calls for a half cup of butter, and I've let my butter sit out and get soft. Y'all, my fireplace has blowers on it that the air blows around the heat box and then out a vent, and I can heat my whole house with the fireplace. So I've been busy keeping the fireplace going. I just heard it pop in there. This is a half a cup of peanut butter and a half a cup of butter. And some of y'all said, do I use salted or unsalted? Unless it just really specifies unsalted, I always use salted butter. And we need a half cup of brown sugar and a half cup of regular sugar. I'm going to give that a whiz. Cream it really well. I want to scrape it down because I want to be sure it's all blended really good. And this calls for 1 egg. So I'm going to put my egg in and blend it in. Okay, I blended the egg and I'm going to scrape it down again. I need to add a half a teaspoon of salt, and a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I need a fourth of a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to estimate it. And I need, let me find how much flour. I need 1 cup of flour. When I put my glasses on, it was 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla. So I've got that in here. I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to stir in my chocolate chips, my Rice Krispies, and we're going to bake them. I'm thankful for my KitchenAid mixer. When I married my mama, what she had was a Sunbeam, and she bought me one, and I've still got it. But I got a KitchenAid. I've already worn out one KitchenAid. My hands work better. Let me see here. I'm going to stir my Rice Krispies in by hand because I don't want them to be crushed to pieces. I want to have a little bit of crunch. Okay, I've got my parchment paper on my cookie sheet, and if you wet your cookie sheet a little bit, your parchment won't slip around as much. So I did that. It's about dry. And I put some Pam on my cookie scoop. And I've already pre-measured my Rice Krispies 1 1/4 cups. And y'all, I'm just going to gently stir them in and mash them a little bit to get them in all the peanut butter cereal stuff, peanut butter cookie dough. I wonder if you could buy a roll of that already made dough and let it get soft and stir different ingredients in it like this. I never buy bought dough. I make my own. My mama cooked from scratch, so that's how I learned to do. Okay, that's pretty well mixed in. And even if I get one that don't have some Rice Krispies in it, it's still going to taste like a peanut butter cookie. So let me see if we can get them on this sheet here. Have y'all had extremely different cold weather? I've texted my nephew who's in Missouri. He's had 10 inches of snow, and his propane ran out at 3 in the morning. And the company he rents, and the company was supposed to keep it checked. So I think they sent him to a motel. He said it was, I think, 20-something degrees in the house. But they got him some propane, but they had 10 inches of snow on the ground. I can't imagine that. I guess it would be different if we were prepared for the cold weather. But, you know, our pipes, our houses are not prepared for it. Food-wise, I'm good. But I was so used to Troy tending to all of that that it's tough when I get a bad cold spell that I have to tend to. I'm going to turn off the camera, and I'm going to finish filling this tray up, maybe the other one. Then I'll bring y'all back when I'm putting them in the oven, when I'm taking them out, when I'm tasting them. Be back in a minute. Okay, y'all, I've got 2 trays filled I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes, it says. And then we'll bring them out and see what they look like. I'm not going to use the fork and mash them like I usually do peanut butter cookies because I want my Rice Krispies crisp. So I'll be back in just a little bit with some cooked cookies. And that's the little bit of sleet and snow that I have left out there around that tree. Otherwise, it's just clear and very cold. Okay, y'all, I got the first tray out of the oven and I'm going to put it over there on the rack to cool. And I'm going to use my cookie scoop. I've told y'all about this before. It's from Wilton. And I got mine at Joann's, but they're closed down. But it's wonderful because it scoops right under, usually 4 cookies at a time to put on the rack. So I'm going to get the other ones in the oven and I'll be back when they're done. Okay, y'all, the recipe makes about 4 dozen cookies, depending on the size that you dish out. But they're so pretty, and I'm fixing to set this camera down and taste one and let y'all know what I think about it. I cooked the cookies 10 minutes at 350, and it was perfect. And I already took one little bite. They're soft, but yet when you eat them, you've got the crunch of the Rice Krispies in them. They're so good. If you like peanut butter cookies, I hope you'll try the recipe. You still get the peanut butter flavor, but you got that crunch from those Rice Krispies. And I can see we're adding some of the mini chocolate chips would kick them up a notch. But I figured they had enough goodness in them without the chocolate. I hope y'all will enjoy this video and watch it. I hope you'll watch some of my older ones. I don't understand YouTube. I know I've been away some. I've had issues. But I've got my watch time is good. But I didn't make any money for the month of except for January. And that's the first time since I started my channel after I reached the amount to be monetized. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to try my best to do better if my health and my family and my everything will let me. So I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you try the cookies. I do have some more good recipes. I've learned that I can cook and share it with my neighbors, and that's what I've been doing. So I'll try to get some more casseroles and stuff made for y'all, and we'll keep the channel rolling. I appreciate every one of you watching me, and the good Lord bless you.